What's up, friends? Welcome to episode 2 of America's Burnout Epidemic, How Women Are Paying the Price. We're getting into a little bit today on how we as women can move forward from those hardships, from that epidemic of feeling burnout all the time. And we're going to take it all the way back to where that burnout is coming from and really evaluating why we are burnout. Again, being radically honest with where we are at is just the beginning so that we can move forward to move towards the long-term lifestyle change. And the truth is, for the average woman, it's not that you have a motivation problem, it's that you have a fatigue problem. And acknowledging that you're having a hard time with fatigue, feeling burnout, etc. It's a matter of priorities, where your time is going, where your energy is going, how you're setting up your day. Are you really setting yourself up for success in the long run, day by day, through those little habits? So I really want to start with what is really draining you, because we as women, we have, for the most part, a lot of women, they have kids. You have a job, you have a full-time job. It's not the same time and period to where women are staying at home with kids. It's not the same time of the men being the providers, the sole providers, which is an amazing thing. Women who are striving for a career, that's an amazing thing. But just as having a few kids running around, a few mouths to feed, how that is a full-time job, so is the job that you are currently working, whether that's corporate, medical, whatever. Owning your own business. I acknowledge that. And you need to acknowledge that what you're doing is very important work, and that should be taking up your energy. But what needs to be the priority is you. And I want to remind you that in this video, because there's only one of you on this planet. And most likely, I believe that every person watching this video right now, you have somebody that cares for you. You have somebody that cares about you showing up tomorrow and being around in the next 10 years. And that boils down to your health, your inner and outer health. So let's talk about, where is your current situation at? Are you climbing the corporate ladder? Are you trying to get a job promotion? Do you have a few kids that you're taking care of at home? Are you trying to juggle both? And if so, where do you have a little bit of free time? What do you do in your free time? What have you eaten today? What have you not eaten today? Have you had any water? Have you talked to another human being face to face? Have you gotten some sunshine? Have you just gotten outside to get some fresh air? The goal of today is just evaluating what is draining to you. Because I just did a video on your lifestyle is either fueling you or it's fatiguing you. And starting at the beginning of where you currently are at, again, being radically honest on where you're at, is how you're going to get yourself to move forward. For me personally, I went through a tougher postpartum period, and my son was fussier. I am exclusively breastfeeding, and that was my decision. I take full ownership of that, but that did take a lot of my energy and a lot of my time. Holding my son, who was a little bit fussier, involved me sitting a lot more postpartum, and that was really hard on me because I was very active before. I worked a physical job. I still trained clients up until close to my delivery date, and being radically honest and just speaking out loud those things helps me see that, not that I regret anything, but that, this is my situation. This is where I'm at currently. I lost a little bit of my peach postpartum, and I wonder why. It's because I was sitting a lot. I wasn't in the gym hitting glutes twice a week consistently the first few months of my son's life, or postpartum, you should say. And protein and whatnot, I was on a stricter diet too for some food restrictions, and part of the reason why he was fussy and stuff. But I had to give myself a ton of grace during this period, that my son In that period, it was important to me to continue nursing and whatnot. That was my priority. But I still got little lifts in, movement in when I can't, when I was able to, and I was able to get back into, I'm getting back into 2 glute workouts a week consistently. I'm starting to see a little bit of progress with the glutes. They're coming back, they're making a comeback. But just talking out loud, my current situation helps me. And I want to encourage you to evaluate, where are you at and where do you want to be, guys? Because you can get on the internet and scroll for hours, and you will, that our phones are listening to us, and you're going to find that a lot more women are in similar situations. When my son was really fussy, I was able to find a little community and women who experienced similar things, and that really helped me, encourage me. And I want to encourage you to do the same, whatever your situation may be. If you're struggling at work, if you are struggling being a stay-at-home mom, if you are struggling with a certain health issue, being busy, burnout, whatever your situation may be, I can guarantee you nobody's going to know exactly what you went through, but there are people that are going to be able to relate to you and encourage you guys. And you have to be willing to venture outside of what you're used to scrolling through, seeing all the positives and whatnot. And also for accountability, because there was always a sense of accountability when I am around other women that are moms, and it's not necessarily competition, guys, but it's seeing them do the dang thing. And seeing these women with 3+ kids who own businesses, who have multiple kids again, who still make the time to make healthy meals for each of their kids and to exercise. They wake up at the crack of dawn, whether their kids woke them up 5 times or they slept through the night, they're still getting their workout in and prioritizing that. And it's really a sense of accountability, where I think that's the beauty in social media, is there's not so much to hide, whether it's a business or an individual, because more and more people, influencers, you're seeing the not so pretty side of people's lives and mindsets. And I think we definitely saw that in 2020. And I won't get into that fully, but I just really want you to encourage you to really look at your situation, really sit with where you are at. If you're burnout, I was burnout early postpartum. Sleep, my son did not want to sleep. He fussed a lot, and it was a very difficult period for me personally, but being radically honest on where I was at, but also saying, hey, this is not my future. This is not going to be forever. My son is going to be in a better place. We are going to get through this season, and this is where I want to be when my son does get through this, because I believed he would. I want to be able to run and chase him. I want to be able to lift him up over my head, put him on my shoulders, which I'm already doing. I want to be able to chase him even when he's in high school and he's playing sports, and he's probably going to be quicker than me at that point. But you better believe I'm going to work my darnest to be still as fast as possible by then, to truly be able to keep up with him and have his friends over and to be at his wedding one day. And just thinking of those things, it seems so far away, but at the same time, guys, we only get one life. We get one chance. And chances are, again, I said this in my first video, I will not pretend to know everybody's circumstance. I truly understand that life is very difficult. I have been to a third world country, and chances are you are not watching from this third world country that I traveled to. But if you are in America or another close country, and you realize how blessed we are and how much opportunity we have, how much information that we have, yeah, I believe you can make those small changes. I believe that you can look internally on where you currently are at, how you got here, and then be able to move forward. And looking at these small things and evaluating, why am I burnout? How can I divvy up help from other people? How can I find community? How can I find a little bit more peace in my life? This phone that you're watching this on, how often are you scrolling, comparing? How much energy are you giving to a screen? How much energy are you giving to the virtual person that you've never met before? The celebrities that you follow, who, let's be very, very clear, they do not care about you. They don't. You think about millionaires, let alone billionaires, guys. Do you really think that they care about you? They care about the dollars hitting their bank account. I can't even fathom that amount of money. The time that you have spent scrolling, could you have used that time to get a 20-minute workout in, to get some meal prep in, whether it's just for a day of getting proteins ready, chicken, beef. My goodness, the amount of non-meat options. I won't get into the ingredients of those, but if that's your lifestyle, the energy to exercise. I again spoke about this in a video, but the more that you do it and commit to it, the more your body's going to crave it. The way that my body craved postpartum, she was saying, I'm ready, put me under the bar, I'm ready, get me back on the treadmill. My circumstances pushed that back a little bit, and that's okay. But when I was cleared and I was ready and able to step away for a little bit longer than 20 minutes, not have my son right in front of me for my workouts, I got right back in, guys. It's realizing where you're at and wanting to set up the foundation on where you want to go. So let's look at, where are you currently at and where do you want to go? Because before we can get from one place to another, we have to start at the beginning. We have to start at now. The amount of people at the new year who are not going to do that and are just going to look at the future, the comparison, the quick fix, they are going to fail. And it will probably not be the first time, and it's probably not going to be the last time. But you're going to be different. You're going to be different than that. Because you're going to evaluate, starting today, where am I at? Why am I here? What is burning me out? What is draining my energy? Are my current choices fueling me to get to that future goal? Or is it fatiguing me? Is it holding me back? Social media opens up the door to amazing motivation and opportunities for people to talk about how they got to point B, guys. You see a 15-second video, and those things, every single story that I read and see, I think that that's amazing. But you don't see the middle section. You see the beginning picture, the end picture, but you do not get to see the steps that went into that. And honestly, I think that's a beautiful thing, because when you do go through a transformation, watching women transform their bodies, but knowing what's inside of them, how their mindset has changed in the long run, because that's what is required to transform. It's not just a quick fix or I did this certain workout. It's a total transformation mentally and then physically. So I want you to really, when you're thinking about your social media, where you're giving your time, when you're viewing a transformation video, you have to be radically honest that that person, they put in the work. They did. And think about the times that they gave up going to the club on the weekends, when we're in our 20s. The times that they gave up a family dinner and they meal prepped their chicken, their vegetable, their potatoes, whatever it may be, and decided not to have dessert. It sounds so simple, but it really is those small things that are going to lead to the big thing. And being honest, because you're going to get pushback. You are. When you start to become radically honest and you start making little changes outside of getting to the physical transformation, you're going to get questions. If you're giving up alcohol, if you're eating different foods, if you're spending a little bit more time in the gym or with your family and not with that friend group that does push you towards alcohol or unhealthy eating, that never-ending cycle, you will get questions. And it's kind of, again, the whole transformation of preparing yourself. You know, you're going to lose some people, you're going to lose some things. But you know what you are going to get? You're going to gain momentum. And you're going to start gaining respect for yourself. You're going to gain confidence. It's going to get easier to say no. It's going to get easier to say yes to the good things, the good foods, moving your body, asking that friend to go for a walk once a week or once every other week rather than going to the bar, or finding a friend that's more into that. You're going to find that everything slowly starts shifting. And you may not see it now, but coming from a girl who's gone through a lot of transformation in the past year, not necessarily physically, I guess it is physically. I mean, I was pregnant and my stomach was out to here, and now I can't remember the last time that my weight was at this number, and I won't expose that number for various reasons, but I take a lot of pride in where I've come, because seeing why I had to cut certain foods and whatnot to help with my nursing journey, it really helped me create even more discipline in my diet postpartum, to where pizza was in my diet pretty consistently. And I am not going to say that you have to go full board just like me, never going to eat it, blah, blah, blah. But I am saying that I created the discipline to where I don't really crave pizza. I don't crave dairy. I don't crave sweets nearly as much, sugar. And that's given me a lot of confidence. As the holidays come up, it's going to look a little bit different. It has to look different for you. The way that you view food, not as a quick fix or anything, or bad food versus good food, but food is intended to fuel you. Your food is your fuel. The way that I look at my plate in front of me when I have a protein and I have some carbs and a healthy fat, my fats are helping my hormones. Protein, it's helping me build the muscle when I strength train. Carbs, they're helping to fuel me and give me some energy. And having way too much of one and none of the other is going to create some imbalance in my system, because each of them are intended to fuel me in its own way. And I think that's a wonderful thing. And being radically honest with yourself is the beginning to where you can be radically honest to other people about, this is where I'm at. This is my journey. This is where I want to be. But also not having to explain yourself. No, thank you. Let me do that again. No, thank you. I'm good. This is what's best for me and my family. I want you to learn that a little bit more. So this week, I want you to be radically honest with, where are you currently at, friend? Where are you? What's fueling you? What's taking from you? What are the small changes that I can look into my lifestyle this week to add a little bit more into me? How can I ask for help a little bit more? How can I take ownership and accountability a little bit more? Because I value you and your journey. I won't pretend to know where you're at, friend. I won't, ever. But as we spoke before, we are in America, a lot of us, in a fortunate country. Even if it's not America, I know there's other countries out there, obviously. We are very fortunate here. We have a lot of resources. We have free time. If you spent the 20 minutes to watch this video, you have a little bit of free time. And I believe that you were placed on this earth for a purpose, and you only get one body. You only get one chance here, guys. And if you don't have a single soul you feel in your life that wants to see you thrive, let me be that person today. I want to see you thrive. I want to see you in 10 years. If you have kids, if you don't have kids, if you will have kids in the future, your kids are going to want to see you thrive. Your grandbabies, the next generation, guys. Be the example. Be the good this week. Because gosh, we need a lot more of that. Have a great week, friends. I'll see you next week.